The strongest relationship is a coworker that you're trauma bonded with. Nobody's seen evil like you've seen evil together.
No friendship bond stronger than the one formed between two coworkers who are forced to survive the same terrible job together.
I've made many videos saying that some of my best friends to this day have come from working on cruise ships. And the other night, I ended up on Trauma Bond TikTok. And it got me thinking, am I still friends with these people because we're trauma bonded? Now, most of these TikToks were talking about surviving evil bosses and awful jobs, but working on a cruise ship is its own special type of, I don't even want to say the word trauma, but for the sake of this video, trauma. Working on cruise ships can absolutely be a bad experience. For every person like me who raves about ship life online, there's someone who's telling you not to do it because it was the worst thing they ever did. So you might be sat there thinking, Lucy, if you loved it so much, what makes you think those friendships came out of trauma bonds? Leaving your family and friends behind at 19 to go and live on a ship on the other side of the world, working 12 to 14 hours a day, is its own kind of trauma. And when I say trauma, I mean massive life overhaul. It's exciting, it's empowering, it's also really bloody intense. Usually on land, you do one thing at a time. You get a job, but everything else stays the same. Or maybe you move house, but everything else stays the same. When you go to work on a cruise ship, you're literally changing everything about your life at exactly the same time. Your friends, you're leaving your family, you're travelling, you're living on a ship, so you're leaving your house behind. It's a new job. The way you get paid, taxes, every aspect of your life changes when you go to work on a cruise ship. So, the people you work with are the people who are by your side for this evolution. And it is an evolution. I think I've made countless videos on how working on cruise ships changed me and changes so many people for the better. Especially if you do it young, it just accelerates growth. On land, if you have a bad day, you go home and you talk to your mum about it, or you talk to your friends about it. When you're on a ship in the Caribbean and you have a bad day, especially going back to the days where Wi-Fi barely existed on board, you can't just call home and vent. You've got to figure it out alone. Or lean on people who are on board.
Is it easy to make friends working on a cruise ship? To be honest, the answer is very similar to a lot of workplaces in the sense of if you put yourself out there more and you make more effort, then you're going to make more friends. I think even if you're not super extroverted, then this is my advice. You need to make the most of having a roomie. So when you're brand new on the ship, they've probably been there a while, they already have friends, they know people, and usually they're in the same department as you. So even if you don't work with them directly, you'll probably have very similar schedules. Another thing I think you really need to do is to invite people places, because when you join the ships, you are expected to hit the ground running. So people don't see you as the new person for very long. You're literally around the same people 24/7. It means that you get to make really close connections with people really, really quickly. Don't worry, you'll have a great time. Enjoy.
So even though I absolutely loved working on cruise ships, I have never once said it's easy. And even on some of my best contracts, where I look back now and I'm like, that was amazing. Of course there were days where I was like, this is horrendous. The till breaks, your manager's in a bad mood. You miss your lunch break because it's so busy. A surprise sea day calls off your day off. I would be curious actually, if you're watching this and you've worked on ships, if you remember a specific moment or just one day during your contract where you were like, no, I'm done, I'm going home. Of course, we never do go home, but you're just like, this is too much. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your manager really makes or breaks your contract. But the strange upside of having a bad manager is you are going to make some great lifelong friends. Nothing bonds people faster than shared stress. Another reason cruise ship friendships feel so intense is simply proximity. You're working together 12 hours a day. You're then going to crew bar together, most likely. You're then probably spending good time off together exploring these new ports. How are you not going to become best friends? Because when I think of my best friends on cruise ships, I don't think we would have become as close if we were just working together in doing a job on land. I think a massive reason why I'm so close to a lot of them is because of the circumstances in which we met and the job that we were doing and all of the stuff that comes with that. And with this proximity comes an inability to hide yourself. And what I mean is, on land, it can take years for someone to see all sides of you. But on a cruise ship, they see you at your best, but they see you at your worst. They see you hungover, but they also see you living your best life exploring a beach in Barbados. They see you exhausted and cranky at work, but they also see you drunk in crew bar, having the time of your life. But they're also going to see you the next morning when you're hungover at work. You get to know people incredibly well. And when someone has seen every version of you and they still like you and love you and want to be around you, you feel seen. Like, no wonder these friendships feel so deep. And a lot of the time, you can feel like your cruise ship friend knows you better than the friend that you've known for 10 years back home does. So, are cruise ship friendships trauma bonds? I think sometimes, yeah, but not in like the standard trauma way. In the way of like having that massive life overhaul all at once is a kind of trauma. So yeah, they are trauma bonds. Even if it's the best time of your life, which for most people it is, it's still trauma. But yeah, I think the shared intensity, the shared growth, the shared loneliness, the like all of it, it does definitely create a very strong bond. Not that I would change any of it, and I don't even think it's necessarily a bad thing. I just think it's interesting to consider if I would be as close to these people if we'd met doing like normal stuff, and I don't think we would. I don't think we would. So you'll have to let me know if you've worked on ships. If when you think about the friends you have that you met on cruise ships, do you think that came out of a trauma bond? The shared intensity? Or are you like, no, I think we'd be just as close if we met on land? I want to know. I'm really curious to know. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here. If you have video suggestions, leave them down in the comments. And if you have enjoyed this video, please consider pressing subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. But as always, guys, I will see you in next week's video. Thank you so much.